Greetings once again. I am Russ Hatfield, and I am joined by my twin soul Kara, who is a higher dimensional member of Ashtar Command and the best part of almost every life I've ever had. The challenge session for December was recorded in 1992 and channeled by Mark Crocker. It's called Ceremony Preparations and Empath Training. From lighthearted topics, such as an upcoming wedding, to the heavy stuff like UFO design, the range of topics keeps the channeling session interesting. Things like interstellar astral travel, lives after death, and who are the teachers of the teachers teaching us. A fuller summary can be found at the link to our homepage below. For a full transcript of this latest channeling session, please go to our main homepage at HadesBaseNews.com. We invite you to subscribe to be kept informed of future postings on our YouTube channel from the members of Ashtar Command. And now we present our latest entry into the Hades Base archives: Ceremony Preparations and Empath Training.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
I carry. Just here.
She's coming. She's coming. She's just breathing hard.
Give her time. She'll get
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, my God. How are you?
Fine.
If Ian and Bethany, as you might probably have already figured out, guessed.
Hiya. Hi there.
Heard the news?
Yeah. He told me. Mm-hmm. She told everybody as well.
What is going to be your contribution to this the nuptials?
Can be present, watching, putting my 2 cents worth.
So how are we going to work out the after the reception?
Well, get rid of that chair there. Get rid of that there.
These two.
Mm-hmm. That one there and that one there.
So rooms, chairs, and afterwards, right?
Before we begin.
So chairs.
Well, that table there, over there, take that one out. Those two at the same height?
So
Okay.
with both of they're identical.
Mm-hmm. Put the foot on in the chair position. Take it into a chair. Can you do that? And Tia will handle the rest.
Which that futon,
This futon.
that
That futon there goes.
who's the futon, who's
That.
tables,
Tables except for one.
except for one, which one? One.
That one there. But I'll let Tia handle the rest of it when she gets them.
Baby's coming on while I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a sex for it yet?
No, not yet.
So your baby hasn't decided to have sex in most.
No, not yet. It's both at the moment. She'll leave some with some very interesting debate though.
Well, darling, I'd ready for another bed if you are.
No.
Oh, come on! You've lost every one of them. Don't you want a chance to get back some of this wine you keep losing to me? I'm gonna say it's a girl. If you wanted to push for another sex other than a girl, I'm willing to go a couple bottles of wine on you here.
Okay, you're wrong.
All right, it's a deal. Darn.
Okay.
Properly. There we go.
Oh, properly, huh?
Okay, 2 bottles of wine, yes, girl.
Okay, you're wrong.
Now,
I
don't
just-
try to influence the little bugger now.
Hey, would I?
Yes, you would in a hot second, just for a bottle.
Just for 2 bottles of wine? I don't think
No.
so.
Please, Mama, be a boy.
It doesn't matter to me as long as it's healthy, which it will be. Mm-hmm.
Being raised in the best environmental conditions you could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to open the floor to questions. If you have anything for Kiri, feel free to fire away here.
All right, you ready for this? Human beings have a lot of unanswered questions. I was wondering, the intelligence on Hades space, they have a lot of questions in regard to their own existence, humans.
Like, why am I here? What is my function in life? Where am I going?
Well, it's obvious that human beings are close to a lot of information due to the third dimensional focus,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been explained as fifth dimensional.
Well, actually, sixth dimension. We work in the fifth as workspace.
Sixth dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
And so, are there still a lot of unanswered questions?
Oh yes, most certainly. We know our origins of our species, but as to our evolvement, will we in 2 million years look still humanoid, or will we have sprouted an extra arm, or maybe lost an arm, or maybe uh, developed an extra nostril? Or, it's hard to say. So where are we heading? We don't know. We'd like to think we do. With manipulations of genes and things, we can do whatever we want. But what we want now may be different in 10,000 or 100,000 years. Who knows?
So, by human definition, I humanoid humans with spirit of soul.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We have access to all the knowledge that we have stored in memory banks of, as you call it, the soul or the spirit.
So we Akashic records.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you have devices then.
Yes.
Rollerblades.
Rollerblades, skiing, fine wine, but not to excess, and the occasional flower.
Better explain flowers a little bit. He knows, but
I know.
It is a non-addictive.
Fortunately, I know.
It's a non-addictive narcotic. It has the same effect as cross between, I think, marijuana and some hallucinogenic in alcohol. Depends on how many, which variety.
And your amount of substance abuse.
Well, can you still abuse the substance despite its non-addictive nature?
I guess you can, but when you become a higher level of existence, you realise all the dangers. If you don't, you don't last very long. Pass away and return back to the third dimension to learn to control substance abuse.
Emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where I stand on it, but I understand that what we often speak of levels of understanding.
Yeah. What would be a better way of saying progress? Standards of progress. From a tiny infant that all it knows is feed me, change me, lay me down to sleep, to a young child that wants feeding, playing, sleep, and changing, to the mind that starts to question, why am I here? What is my function in life? And does it matter on a cosmic scale if I don't get up and go to work in the morning?
Yeah, well, that sparks a question about children.
Mm-hmm.
With infants, I often speak to them as though they are adults.
Mm-hmm.
Does the soul of the child understand?
Yes.
And will that help in its development?
Yes. Yes. Communication with a child is very important. It's more important to treat the child when communicating with it as an adult, but explain everything. But yet you also need discipline. I believe you frown upon, or your species frowns upon, spanking. No smart comments, please, for us.
I'm not saying a word.
But spanking, as long as it's done properly and correctly, is very useful. You have a perfectly good pain mechanism, which is a warning to you. Why not use it instead of just telling the child that it's done something wrong that it might not understand? So by spanking a child, it knows that it's done wrong.
You're just going a step across the boundaries of prostate and violence.
Exactly. The old adage is, this is hurting me more than it's hurting you, little one. Well, it's actually an attack on the pride. The child's pride is being temporarily broken, so that it knows and respects its parents. If you let a child do whatever it wants to do, and just occasionally say, "That's naughty, that hurts, don't do that," it's just words to the child. And it may not do it whilst the parents are around, but when the parents are around, it behaves. But when it's away at a friend's house or at school, um, and it does the same thing and it's reprimanded, it's just words to the child. But if it knows it's going to get spanked, and a spanking hurts only physically, then it's not going to do it. Unless, of course, it's incredibly dull.
So, we were speaking of aliens the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You seem to know a lot about third-dimensional creatures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that reminds me. Your friend told Russ has got another confirmed kill to his credit.
Yes.
How many is that now? Is that 50? That's 60. You might hear about it in your popular press, although it was mistaken for another object.
I'll look for confirmation.
What did you say? Did you repeat that?
Mm-hmm. A friend of Russ's, Toll, who is a
Yes, I know who he is. A blue guy.
has another confirmed victory to his credit.
Victory? What?
Shut down the other world's hostile third-dimensional
Mm-hmm.
alien spaceships. Burn them to a crisp.
Yeah, chased him all over the northern hemisphere before he nailed him over, I think, the coast of California.
Yeah, I'll look for confirmation
Mhm.
on the third dimensional
Yeah.
scale.
Had to have several goes to destroy any salvageable material.
So, I wanted to know how much you know about the human race and how you know it. You speak directly to the person's subconscious, or do you just watch physically?
We watch physically. We can tap into the race memory of the planet. Long records. Mm, and other sources.
Well, like, for example, could you tell me what I had for lunch today? I mean, is that...
Well, hamburgers aren't that good, you know.
Did you have hamburgers for lunch?
No, it looks like it was close.
Actually, that was just an intelligent guess.
So, when you say the race memory, you're speaking of just like a library.
Yeah, library of information, knowledge, and of course surveillance.
And of course, monitoring of satellite communication.
I deny anything to do with that.
About Mary Poppins.
You used to watch that. Look how you turned out.
Wonderful. I can't wait till your new child's born so I can show it Mary Poppins to get to. Her too.
You have to understand too, that they know a lot more now than they did when they began channeling through market because of
Yeah, we
what
learn.
they've done.
Yeah, we
I
learn.
remember when I first into the channeling sessions, oftentimes they have to search Mark's memory bank for a word because they're not familiar with our language.
No,
Whereas
I'm
now-
taking lessons on English.
Whereas now they're so
Nothing.
familiar with the human body that they can actually control Mark's movement.
Yeah. Couldn't get T to say the word.
Are you leaving?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's around.
bye.
Oh,
See ya.
Come back in.
Okay, we'll see you in a few like. Hi, Tia. How's it going, darling? Okay, we have lots of work to do.
Okay, what we want
We're losing.
is we want the crystals put out in sunlight to pick up energy,
Which ones?
the healing and the energy one. We want 5 candles on that thing there would be useful.
For candelabra.
We want a single candle white. We want 2 glasses of white wine.
Single candle. Why? Any clear candle on the color on the 5?
No, not really. Red would be nice, so.
Single candle white.
Let's make that 4 red and 1 green. Green in the center.
4 red. Okay, then we've got 2 glasses white. 4 glasses white wine.
No, 2.
2. Put extra bottles side to side.
Hi.
Hi.
2 glasses white wine. Not champagne.
Want a white cloth to go over the table. Cover it totally. We want white rope. About yay long.
Yeah.
We want a knife.
Knife as in an Alfami type knife, which is what I've got
Oh, what type knife?
from an old Wiccan ritual I've done before. It's a 2-sided knife.
That's too far.
It's very.
It's just for cutting the rope.
Oh, that won't work. Okay, sharp knife.
Mm-hmm. Water. Clean. Pure water.
Distilled in the fridge.
Okay. And that should be it on the equipment side. Oh, music. We want something nice, solid.
Like enchant.
Yeah, that too.
Alright, let's go for the physical now.
What do you want to know on the physical?
Okay, Kiri said we've got these 2.
Yeah,
Those 2
that
here.
chair there where Ian's sitting.
Okay, these the white chair.
Lose that futon there. Put this one into a sitting position. Can you lose that one in the corner?
Yeah.
The garage rest.
Yeah, we're going to break it down.
No, don't worry about it then. We want to put that table there, that one there. We want to put it roughly in the center, right there.
You mean where Ian sitting?
Yeah, roughly. Mm-hmm. Against the wall.
With the white cloth.
That's right, and we'll take over and set up everything after that.
Okay, now you want that table lost over there?
That table lost over
What
there.
about the one with the elixirs on it? Leave it?
Yeah, leave it. It's going to be a little bit tight in here. We can do it. Pick up anything loose on the floor.
You can move those boxes of wine in the garage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put everything in the garage.
Okay. And that should be it.
Okay. Do we have any idea of what's going to happen here? Do you have a schedule?
Yes, we do.
You're not going to tell us.
But there will be a healing session first of all.
Alright. You first.
Mm-hmm. So we want to start prompt at 7:30. Prompt. We do the healing session first of all, and Mark's only to do a short jump. Okay. And then we'll break after the healing session for about half an hour. And whilst everybody's out,
Do them while we're out. Drink tea.
yeah, drink tea. Then, hang on, if we go, healing session takes half an hour roughly, right?
Roughly.
Okay, make it an hour.
Break for an hour.
Break for an hour and start that at 9 o'clock.
So 7:30 to 8, we can break to 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Then 9 we start the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
And then reception to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Any views on the reception? She can
Whatever you want.
die. It's partly your reception anyway. You'll be here for it.
Okay.
I don't know how, but you'll figure it out.
We'll do. I can't get any flowers. Okay.
Well, it depends what kind of flowers you want, dear.
Well,
I
okay.
get a couple roses.
Yeah, a couple roses would be nice.
Couple roses.
Because you want rice, I believe.
Oh, please, no rice. Pass big time on the rice.
Just kidding. Right. Vegetable platter. And of course, not doing a rounded and thinness, so that won't be any steak involved. If you want to cook up meat as well.
Yeah, for something like this, could you use an extra channel or two entities to go through at once?
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Because I can come and pick
Okay.
up. What night is it, Rose?
It's Tuesday.
I think
Yeah, the extra one
We'll
coming.
leave it as an option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll take. Because Mark's stamina's a lot higher. We'd let them all manipulate Mark.
Yeah, so it was fishy.
Mm-hmm. Unless, of course, there's changes due to more prominent people arriving.
Prominent?
Well, I'm only making precautionary arrangements.
Prominent? There's only one prominent person I can imagine right now.
Well, if they decide to attack Mars, they might be a little preoccupied.
Oh, yes, you're the military one, right?
Okay, now we're gonna be. Well, how about some decorating the room in here a bit?
Okay, let's see.
Bunting or some.
Yeah, put some bunting up. And, what's bunting?
Like ribbons.
Oh, streamers.
Streaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Run that across just
Yeah.
a bit more color, give me a surprise when it comes in.
Yeah, do it in, let's see what colours would be nice. Match the candles. Green and red and white.
Anything else for the reception?
Yes, wine for afterwards.
Take it.
Well, if you want. That's optional. Normally, how many different types of wine do I have when I throw a party?
Four.
Mm-hmm. 2 red and 2 white, and then there's beer and spirits and
I'll work on the reception side of it.
yeah, you are probably a green dip, a red dip, and a white dip.
White vegetable platter with a dip.
I was going to say those munchy things that you dip into.
Flowers.
Yeah, chips.
red and white and green will be very easy for us.
Artichoke and jalapeno.
Avocado, salsa, and ranch.
Now what else was it? Oh yes, as a joke, broccoli, please.
Oh, please. Right.
Broccoli as a joke.
Okay, so that's reception. Okay. And rubber gloves.
Yes, for the healing.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'll set up the rubber gloves just for that.
Mm-hmm.
And for the healing,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to just have everybody out of the room and set that up for just car and
That would probably be best.
security and car take over at that point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when we kick everybody out when the healing session's over, we can start arranging everything down here, and then we'll come up and join you guys. Always make Mark by then. Send him up there when he gets back.
Okay, so get him plenty of sleep that day
Mm-hmm.
after we get home.
Yeah, because he's going to be doing something like maybe a 3-hour channeling session. Yeah, extra tapes. And you might want to do a tape to tape afterwards so that you have a copy of the ceremony. Maybe some organ music would be nice as well.
So we can pull off.
Yeah, classical or the music.
And for the reception, I'll come up with some
Oh, whatever you want for the section. Can't get the Wookiee airband down, can you?
Let's figure it out.
Where would we park the spaceship, huh?
Have any parking lot?
Oh yeah, that was right, yeah.
We'll just shuttle them down from any parking.
Yeah, 6 hairy, 8-foot tall
With
monster
instruments.
with instruments, yeah.
So that we
Mhm.
Wookiee Airband, our buddies.
Yes.
They've done most bonding ceremonies.
Mhm.
The Wookiee Airband.
And we'll probably put it on the what's it up here in yeah, we'll put it hologram in the garden so we can sit down and watch it up there.
Oh, good idea. You'll see everybody up there watching our wedding ceremony, the wedding ceremony going down.
Okay, now let's get down to business. We've got things to discuss.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Questions?
Just looking at it.
Well, actually, I'm looking at the monitor that's right there.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Think I'm right on it?
Yes. It's got this whole entire area.
Yes, but it doesn't have. It's got. It's what's it got? Just there. The auras. What is
Ah.
it? The one that's got the whole full color.
Whole full colour. We've got auras over there, and somebody's just had a cigarette. We have over there another one that is an angle which is across that way. And we've got a holographic projection which is right down there.
Darling, that's a good question. How do you get all these angles? I never found out. Where are the cameras located at that no one's ever told us about?
Can't tell you that.
I have a lot of questions about who I should talk to about which situation.
What do you want to know?
Who should I talk to about teaching their guiding?
Oh, that would be a mom.
And who do I talk to about possibly changing actions that we have performed?
Changing actions in that way. You talk about you individually or
Yes.
again or more.
And what about empath abilities?
Carl.
Para?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And shields while astral traveling.
I don't worry about needing shield when you're astral traveling. If you're fast enough, you can almost outrun anything physical. And anybody that could catch up and overtake you probably won't do you any harm anyway, unless they're really corrupt.
The thing is that I've while astral traveling, I've kind of been wary
Mm-hmm.
about new territory, and
Mhm.
I'm often reluctant to go just exploring on my own, for fear that I might run into something that I can't take on, or I can't shield against, because I am in my astral body.
Well, when you're traveling the astral form, shields are kind of draining your energy, which cuts down on the distance that you can travel. Now, you remember we discussed things to do in emergency situations. It's about a year and a half ago, I believe.
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay, let's run over them again. When you're in a situation of hostile, simple zigzag. Never stay straight and level for any length of time. Secondly, if you find yourself under attack, right, do you know how to make an energy ball whilst in your astral form?
Yeah.
Make an energy ball, drop it behind you and detonate it, and then shoot off in a totally different angle that you were traveling, but not directly behind because you blind yourself. Thirdly, in a real crunch situation, let the rubber band effect take over. This will knock you out temporarily for astral travel for maybe up to a week. But which would you rather? To be totally messed up or have your ability knocked out for a week? You'll probably throw up and be nauseated for a couple of hours afterwards, but again, which would you rather? But for more situations, it's a caution. Don't waste energy. Just try to be real stealthful, suck in as much energy as you can, and expel as little as possible.
And can you tell me some areas in which I should travel?
Anywhere you want on the third dimension.
But I mean about other dimensions as well.
Always avoid stars. Penetrating stars can be very harmful. Avoid nebulas. That's dark clouds of matter and space. You never know what's in there, and you lose your visibility as well. Avoid black holes, although they're not actually holes.
Right.
Avoid quasars, because they emit a sound that can, again, make you disorientated. Avoid pulsars, which is a star that rotates and gives off a pulse of light. Avoid anything with a high gravitational field until you get very, very proficient. Avoid star clusters until you get proficient. This is because the light that they give off is very bright and it blinds you when you're traveling forward. The energy level can distort and twist you, and the gravitational field can get you very confused. You can use them as a beacon to aim for and then turn away before you hit them. Have I left anything out? Don't think so. Oh, okay.
I'd like to know, is Mark on Megan space right now?
Mm-hmm.
Does he communicate with you guys when he's there?
Well, he can if he wants to, but
What does he do?
I believe he's at home talking to a friend of ours. But I have to check.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the kids, they're on kids with you right now.
The kids are asleep. It's 11 o'clock at night, you.
Another question about how amongst yourselves on Megan space, have you decided to move Mark the chairman through and 5 or 6 meters through? I mean,
It's the opposite way around. Mark doesn't channel through us, we channel through Mark.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Well, Qualtron and Amol, they decide. And they decide who is up for channeling, because it's called hand coordination, mental linkage. Some people are just totally incompatible to channel through certain humans, so they don't channel.
Is it, does it have anything to do with the people in question?
Yes.
Or it just happened that you meditated?
Well, with Mark, Curie and myself, we're triplet souls.
Is this predetermined before you were born?
Yeah, it's part of the grouping. You see, the mind works in frequencies, and certain individuals are linked closer together on frequencies. So they tend to be able to communicate, and the closer the link, the nearer their souls are to being in tune.
Is this how you have to bring people right to thinking?
Sometimes somebody is fortunate on your dimension to be a telepath, and they can communicate with almost anybody, pick up their thoughts, and find it easier to communicate with them.
Do they have to know about their ability? Or?
They learn eventually.
dig on the rest?
I wasn't digging on you.
Oh, what about that thing about the spending too much energy, darling?
Well, that was.
I didn't know it was.
It's the only one.
I caught that one.
It's true, though.
Well, yes, I know it's true.
So it wasn't a dig, it was just a pointing statement of fact. Yes. You see, you have to be as tight as possible, as stringent as possible on energy. Okay, next question.
That's it for now.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Right.
So Walter,
Mm-hmm. Well,
Greetings and felicitations.
I'm all.
hi.
Greetings, Beth. Greetings, Ian.
Got it.
Greetings for us.
Greetings.
Hey, let us proceed.
Okay.
Before we start, I am limited on time.
All right. I'll go leave this up for Ian.
Well, I was told last week that done in honor by your presidency, even there, so I wanted to thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I have no knowledge. Have you discussed time manipulation yet? No, as a matter of fact, I was supposed to get here a little bit earlier. But I will get to it. Okay. I wanted to talk about probability, John. Okay, probability. Okay, there's a lot of mass beliefs in regards to our future, especially being at the turn of the century. One of these common beliefs amongst the Christians is that Revelation is coming. Mm-hmm. Another is that people believe that there may be shifting the poles and that's disaster. The shift in the poles will not be for a few years yet. What I was wondering is, based on belief, if I don't believe in this occurrence, is it possible for me to avoid such a thing by jumping to an alternative reality? Yes, a parallel universe. Does that mean that I would die? No. Or something in relation to the people who are going to experience it? No, an aspect of you will go along that line. An aspect of you will proceed along the other lines of probability. For each aspect of you, it will be an identical aspect affected by the environmental factors going on around you. So, in order to avoid such an occurrence, how strong would my belief have to be? Would I have to be without doubt? Yes. That's kind of tough. But if you look at Revelations, in the past it has come true, and it will come true again. Or it will appear to come true. Right. And it's translations. You have to remember the original Revelation was written, I believe, in Hebrew. Mm-hmm. So therefore you have a translation from Hebrew to Greek, from Greek to Latin, and then from Latin to maybe Spanish or another language, eventually to English. And then you have the translations in the Bible, the different versions, which say different things.
Who's monitoring me?
At present, the individual that's monitoring you is classified, I'm afraid, for protection of them.
Okay, I wanted to ask about teaching and guiding. Now, I've done a lot of searching and a lot of astral traveling that has led me to believe that possibly in this lifetime I am to be some type of teacher. My abilities to thoroughly make sense that I need to be a teacher. And and then at that time I will have an understanding. But is there a way that you can tell me what line my abilities are growing to teaching? Because I don't know at this point whether it's for lost souls or other humans that don't understand.
More than likely it would be for the enlargement of knowledge for other people. In
On
one
the third
form,
dimension.
in one form or another. To teach, you must understand both aspects of the teaching process and the learning process. You must be able to enter into it without emotions so that your emotions do not interfere with what you're teaching. If you teach by using your emotions, the wine of knowledge becomes very strong but easily manipulated by your emotions. So it has to be a very emotional,
Neutral.
yes, the nice flat emotions to communicate your process of enlarging not only their capacities but your own. You see, a teacher learns from his pupils.
Right, that's the thing. I understand at this point I know I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I kind of want an understanding of at what point I will switch to the teaching side. And I understand that I'll continue to learn,
Mm-hmm.
but at what point should I start to teach? Because
You already are.
I am.
You already are.
Okay, that leads into my next question. If I have two people that I'm teaching astral traveling to,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to know, this would be my first time teaching astral traveling. I've taught a little bit of telepathy in the past, and on the aspect of astral traveling, is it better to teach one at a time and go?
Okay, take a deep one and relax.
Thanks. Well, see, I already know that it's better to
It is better to teach one-on-one to start off with. That way, by learning from one person, you can analyze the best possible method of teaching by monitoring their effects, what works for them. What you can do is teach one-on-one, but to two different people using two different processes. Compare your notes on how they perform with each method. Let's say you use for one person method A, right, and for another person method B. After a month period, you would say, okay, we're going to try a new method, and you use on person A method B, and on person B you use method A. Again, after a month, you look at your notes, compare what works well on both people.
see.
Correct.
Okay. Then the teaching, would it be best to just put them in a trance and let them go on their own within the third dimension? Or should I put them into their trance and ask them to kind of hang out? Wow.
First of all, ask them to hang out. Get them used to the feeling.
And would it be okay for me to then put myself in trance and kind of act as a guide on their first travel?
Not on their first travel, because you have to watch their physical form.
Okay.
Because if they start to have lack of breathing, their breathing becomes shallow and irregular, you have to bring them back.
Okay.
And how can you do that when you're in the astral form?
So,
So to start off with, you go in the physical form, you watch, you take notes, observe how they look. If their skin color starts to change, again, you've got to bring them back.
Okay. And then I wouldn't expect them then if they're on their own to go beyond the third dimension. They'll stay in the third dimension. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
The
I was kind of worried about whether or not they would try to explore other dimensions because they are aware of them.
their minds will not let them.
Okay.
It is a safety factor, and the individuals, if my assumption is correct, have a long way to go before dimension jumps are in their mental grasp. The mathematics, as you are aware, is quite high.
Okay, and then this switches to a completely different subject.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading how it's possible after death to choose to return to the life you just lived, fixing problems that you created for yourself.
It is not the life you have just left. It is very similar. You put yourself in the same sort of situation, normally with at least one of your previous parental figures.
So it would be a different reincarnation.
Yes.
A completely different life.
Different life.
Working
That's,
on the problem.
yes, on your weaknesses.
Okay, so there's no way to, right now,
No.
go back before death to go back and change things that you've done.
No. That is totally impossible due to the fact of the molecular makeup of an individual. How can you be in two places at once in the same dimension?
I was taught that you can change the past, not that it would affect your present existence. Like I could go back in the past and opt to change something or regret it that I had.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't change who I am now, but there would be a probable timeline that broke off
Yes.
for that eventuality.
Yes, but it would not be you. You cannot go back in time to change something. The reason being is the molecules that make you what you are in existence if you go back 10 years. No, molecules are already in circulation of you. If you go back 1,000 years, your molecules in your timeline are in existence then. If you go back 1,000,000 years, they're still in existence.
But in a different form.
Yes. Okay. So you can't travel backwards in time on your timeline. What you can do is go down another timeline that is similar to yours and change things because your molecules do not exist in that timeline. However, to travel forwards in time, what you basically do is you take the molecules out of circulation and reinsert them in 10 minutes ahead of where they are, 20 minutes, a day, a year, 1,000 years.
Going back to the teaching that I'm going to be facing in the next few days or so, if there was a problem that I noticed, how would I talk them back? I know they're not going to fully leave their consciousness on the first travel.
Talk quietly, very closely to it.
But almost putting them into another trance to return.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically what you do is you whisper very quietly in their ear.
To catch their subconscious.
Yes, come back, you are safe. There is nothing to worry.
And then, is it necessary to do that for their ultimate return anyway? Or
No.
would they'll find the time to return?
Yes.
Okay. What should the average time on that be?
It varies for the individual. It could be as short as 5 minutes, as long as an hour, sometimes even longer.
And depending on how comfortable they are.
Yes. Any longer than an hour and a half, whisper to their ear. Time to come home.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, one more question from each of you, please.
Regarding the doubt, probability jumping, as well as many other beliefs, any belief structure. Is there a way to, for example, I have a lot of beliefs, like, for example, in healing, I believe that I have the ability to heal myself, yet I have found that I am not very good at it. Because of, which is a belief in itself. And how do I
Overcome.
weaken those doubts?
First of all, learn to believe harder. Secondly, accept that practice is necessary. Do not inflict injuries on yourself just to practice. As they come, practice. Note how long it takes to heal the area that has been damaged. Eat healthy foods. Read up on healing. Learn about necessary herbal remedies. But belief is very important. If you can do it once, you can do it again. But by writing things down and monitoring that on one occasion you cut your digital, and it takes a week for it to heal. Next time you cut yourself on your foot, and that takes 6 days to heal. That is a day less than previous. So therefore it is an improvement which will strengthen your belief. Well,
My last question. How should I look for my guide in teaching? Or do I need one?
you have guides that do help you, but the choice is yours. Which path you walk down. Your guides will advise you and try to point you in the right direction, but ultimately the person that makes the decision is you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And my question is, you were speaking to Ian about alternate aspects. In regards to that, are aspects breaking off from our perceptive body? I assume they need lessons from those timelines that they break off from, but are they connected to my future at all? Our future?
No,
So that's separate.
they're in a different circulation.
Okay.
Good night, Amal. Thank you for joining us this evening.
You're welcome. Live long and prosper.
Well, thank you for appreciating this.
You're welcome. And I'll be back.
Thank you.
Quack.
How you doing?
Quack. Quack. Quack.
Okay.
Sorry. Quack. The wrong to them, please. Not a feline.
What does that mean?
What?
That noisy mean?
Quack.
Yeah.
Hello. Well, actually, hi.
More person.
Yeah.
Hello would be a bit longer, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Quack.
okay. I can really tell a difference in that too, yeah.
Cow. 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 Cow.
Well, I'm sure your kids can understand the difference.
I can.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
don't know if I can say it.
Oh, that's fine. All right, who's left, my dear?
Just Cara.
Just Cara?
Mm-hmm.
What about Kim? Said she's coming back. She fed?
No. She said she might come back.
She might.
Bye.
This should be done. Ah,
Hello, Buffy. Hello, Ian.
Bye.
okay. What do we need for the healing session for Kari? Should I set up for?
Yeah, just the laser scope, please. Yes, and we want Michael.
You want Michael?
He's going to teach him the basics.
Oh,
Because he's going to need to be able to tend to Kari when she's at her ways.
all right. I'll set that up with him. And,
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How can I control my empath abilities? Because the other night, I was at a restaurant.
We hold through what's disease and make you sick. Okay, what you can do is next time you feel yourself in a situation of picking up somebody's emotions, focus on somebody else.
See, that's the thing is I didn't realize. I mean, my empath abilities are so strong
I know that they're.
that I wasn't even aware. And here, 3 hours before it happened, I apologized for the incident.
So what you do is, when you're in a situation where you feel that strong emotions are being used, is put up your shields.
Right.
And
I was working on it. And
Yeah,
it was
but-
very difficult to concentrate on my shields when so much was going on emotionally.
and you focus on somebody else. Maybe a couple in love, because their energy is quite nice and relaxing. You want to look for positive energy. You would focus on something that is happy and cheerful, maybe a group of people laughing. You can carry on listening to what the person's saying, but once you start to focus on something different, your energy level changes to match the people that you're focused on. That is more effective than using the shields because everything filters through eventually. If you focus on happy, positive energy instead of depressing negative energy, it's going to take a lot longer for that negative energy to penetrate.
Would grounding the emotions that I do pick up be just as useful, or is that...
You can combine that. You can combine the positive energy coming in and let it wash down through you, which will wash also the negative energy down through.
And can you tell me how does that relate to my other senses? I mean, I'm very...
It overrides them
But I mean, why? I mean,
because it is
how does
stronger.
that relate to any purpose?
It relates to the purpose of you learning how to control your empathic ability by experiencing the incident that you had the other night at that restaurant, right? What have you learned?
Right.
So now you know what to do next time that situation occurs. So having an ability which will override everything, like your empathic ability, it will override your astral traveling, your telepathy. That's all that you will have at that time.
Does that work vice versa?
No, your strength is in your empathic ability. So,
Even more so than my telepathic.
because with your empathic ability, it's augmented and increased by your telepathy. But without your telepathy, you'd still have your empathic ability. It would be just as strong as it is.
So what does that lead to? I mean, like, obviously telepathy and astral travel put together can lead to teaching. How does my empath ability?
You can use it to monitor when you're teaching.
Oh, oh, that's going to be very useful. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Oh, well.
That's the answer I needed.
Do I get another round of applause? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we know all about golf.
Now, could get you interested in that game.
Well,
It's more of a meditation than a sport.
mhm.
Keep that in mind to the Lord.
Yes, I assume so.
And how many golf courses?
No,
Well, the computer can put up on.
you put up anyone that you want. Think of a very famous one. Yes, we'll be sure to.
Total penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I'm just overwhelmed.
So
Take a deep breath.
Huh? No, I with excitement that gave me
Take a deep breath.
the last key I needed to know that I am meant for teaching. Because before
Yeah.
it was very questionable, and here's
Now take a deep breath and relax. Go on, take a deep breath. This is a healer talking now.
okay.
Yeah, okay, now relax. Okay, continue.
That's all the questions
Oh,
I have.
okay.
On my part, I'm not going to be taking medical botany class.
Yes, I know.
But I'd like to do some more learning about it anyway. So, do you think we could work on a little bit of herbalism here?
Yeah,
during
sure.
the coming sessions.
Sure. You can read me. I have to dig out some of my old medical books, blow off the dust. Actually, I haven't got them with me. I'll have to send for them.
Oh, yeah, serious?
Mm-hmm. I haven't read them in about 40 years or so.
Well, if I could be transport.
Yeah, but yeah, it's priority stuff, and this is low priority.
Let me speak to your daughter.
Even you has to go on what's priority stuff. I mean, the wine that Kiri gets brought in, that's not exactly priority, but well,
Strings are full.
and medicinal materials.
Well, it's medicinal.
Mm.
Oh,
I have scruples and morals.
yes, that's true. All right. Well, at your leisure. We're not. I'm gonna be able to study it for a little while anyway.
Okay.
So that's not really
A question I wasn't able to ask on wall in regards to teaching. You mentioned waiting a month or so. I was wondering if you meant, because I don't know if you're aware of the situation, but I will be teaching two people how to astral travel.
Yeah, I think what he meant is that you teach one thing and the other another thing for a month, and then changing over.
So it would be okay then to teach both of them a little bit within the same week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But
I
you
just
don't
didn't
want to
know if that would be overwhelming to my own
just
abilities.
be very cautious, and if you feel uncomfortable with it, don't do it. Just don't hurry in.
Yeah, just reschedule.
Yeah.
And be patient. Okay.
And tell them it's part of learning is patience.
Right.
I mean, everybody needs to learn patience, myself included.
Okay.
And you're solving
Yes, very much so.
it.
Patience for us for the 120th time. Just kidding. Okay.
Ian? Oh.
No hidden pleasures.
Well, unfortunately, I beat you to them.
Oh well, never mind.
Oh, is Carrie coming back in?
She's sitting on the sides, the side over here, massaging the bruise.
She caused it.
But there's a natural reflex to go like that.
Alright, well, I've yet to see you in a while.
Like,
If you can talk, we're going to stop massaging and coming in for a couple of seconds. I got a question for you.
sorry. Okay.
Thanks, Mark.
Bye.
See you then.
See you guys later.
Thank you.
Yo.
You.
Yeah,
Who's got the bruise?
I have. Yeah, what day?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
Horribly sorry.
Yeah, and I'm an Arturian.
Okay, my Arcturian love. Question for you. Right now I was discussing with Mark the fact that they're working on uh, the spaceships that they've captured out at Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing there is the guy named Lazar was working on reverse engineering
Mm-hmm.
of this spaceship.
Yes, disassembling and then reassembling. So you want an engineering perspective, huh?
Right. Yeah, basically. I mean, what the heck? How much are they gonna get out of that?
They should get the basic engine principles if, and this is a big if they can match the rare earth elements and the composite material that's being used.
Well, they work on the anti-grav drive, specific.
Yes. But the fact is that they can come close to it and maybe get limited effect, but without the correct mixture of the compositive materials, it won't work that well. And you've got over, I should say, 20 million possible different combinations of materials that could be mixed.
Well, if it's already mixed there, then can't they just reverse engineer what they've got on? Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to strip it down and break it down to the lowest chemical element so that you know that it's 5 parts nitrogen to 2 parts hydrogen to 6 parts strontium to 6 parts. Exactly.
That's what you mean.
So without, yeah, that there are, I think, on the average, 20 different chemical compounds to make up one ceramic composite material.
Well, accordingly, then they had the 5 ships set up at Area S4, which is 15 miles south of Groom Lake.
Mm-hmm.
But what they didn't have was the fact that they could only get these things floating up about 50 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and that was all she wrote. And that was the problem they were coming up with, was the fact they couldn't get it moving together,
That's what I just
the
said.
minor parts.
Mm-hmm. You see, you can get very, very close. You can get everything spot on and be 1 part out on something like strontium, whatever it is, strontium 90, I believe. And you get 1 part out, and it's not going to work properly.
Like, what about the computers on board? They can't access and they'll take it,
Could have the right codes,
and they will understand Syrian in the first place.
not Syrian ships.
Oh, they're not Syrian ships. Oh, that's right. These are the ships from those other guys.
Do they use wireless electronics to make sure?
Mm. Yes. I had to think for a second then. See, the problem is with wires is they tend to get frayed and tangled, and you get hit in the side right, and you've got a hole, and you've knocked out your pitch and your control.
And what do you think they came up with the thought and guidance weapons for our ships? Wasn't from our own technology, I'll tell you that much.
That's actually quite simple to do.
How so?
Once you recognize a mental pattern for a particular command, like fire, and you, what are you doing? Oh, okay. When you have a command where, say, for example, fire, right, it gives off a particular mental pattern.
Frequency.
That's right. A frequency of thought. Now, you program that into the computer to look for at that particular waveform. And if you have fire, left, missile, that's the whole entire thought process. You have fire, left, and missile. So you have three possible, three waves that are produced by that thought, which is different from fire, right, missile.
But isn't the receptive gear the tricky part of it?
Yes. So it has to be, the cranium has to be totally shaved of hair, and the receptors have to be placed strategically. If you look in your helmet, you'll see that they're placed in the right places to pick up. There's quite a few clusters around the top.
But I notice now that our helmets on our ships now are set up so they're wireless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's changes you made then, I take it?
Yeah. Well, one of them.
Change. I didn't like being connected to wires to the couch.
Well, it's much more efficient. We've still got a few teething problems that I'm working on.
Yeah, but I can leave the ship now.
And if you could tell big sis to butt out when I'm working on things like that, you may find it easier and quicker improvements.
Okay, so at present, we're not looking at any new huge advances yet.
No. Oh, on your planet? No. No. Nothing major. You may get minor advances like easier thought control weapon systems, maybe advances in wireless control, aerodynamics, thermodynamics engines, ram jets, scramjets, but nothing major.
But how more advanced are these other alien races compared to us, and how low advanced are they to you?
It depends on how far they progress up the evolutionary ladder, how long they've been in existence, how long they've had space travel. You've got to remember the more primitive ships, maybe 1,000 years ahead of you. So, which is peanuts compared to this cosmic scale of things.
That's true. But 1,000 years, what we've seen in 1,000 years, like volumes and there have been volumes with
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I was clear once open to your question.
Okay.
It's in regard to okay, on our planet, it's in our race, things like channeling seem unusual to there's a lot of it's an unexplained phenomenon in a lot of circles. That's how
Used to be.
yeah.
When you advance again up the evolutionary ladder to a higher standard of knowledge, channeling becomes less necessary, because when you reach the sixth dimension, you have people that can come down from the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, or whatever, to come down and communicate with you. They come down in person because it's a less dense dimension. It's easier for them to do so. But they're not regressing because they return back to their dimension. Like, I live, or I have a house in the country. Have a house in the country on Sirius, which is in the 6th dimension, which I'm subletting at the moment for materials which are shipped to me to make clothing. that I work in the fifth dimension.
So these people from either of the dimensions teach you about their own dimensions,
Mhm.
about yours.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And are there dimensions that you cannot reach or that do not communicate with you?
The higher they go, the fewer people there are in each dimension. So therefore, yeah, the fewer people there are to help and guide until you get up to some really high level dimensions where there may be only 1,000 people in all that whole entire dimension. But they communicate with as many people as possible.
If you take into consideration that someone in the eighth dimension communicates on a regular basis with someone in the tenth dimension,
Mm-hmm.
and since they are in the eighth dimension, they would communicate with people in the
That's right.
sixth.
And they relay the information
So
from those higher dimensions. I can't fully explain how many dimensions, levels there are. Or let me strike that from the record and say, how many levels of
Intelligence.
No, how many?
It's hard
How
to
many-
sound arrogant.
Yeah, I'm trying to strike the word level. Yeah, never mind. You know what I mean.
how many steps there are? on
Thank
the
you.
ladder.
Steps on the ladder of Yeah.
Supposedly there's one where there's just one person.
Don't ask me. I'm not a theologian. Did I get it right? Thank you. I can't help it. As Bethany stated, yes, occasionally.
Okay, so we'll see you at
Of course, looking forward to it. I'm not going to sing. Well, if I could come down in person, I would sing.
Well, see that now that's a good question because I was considering doing a double channeling session, whereas I can sing very well. So if you were to sing through me, you could have.
I don't think you'd be able to get your mouth to manipulate around Syrian words.
Okay.
Because I do have a song, but it's totally in Syrian. And, to sit down and translate it would take away the meaning. It's a little bit like listening to some of your modern music in a totally different in Japanese.
What you?
That can be enjoyable occasionally.
Okay.
I'm on vacation. Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah, okay.
That is a question.
Are you coming up tonight, Bethany?
Coming up?
No,
Yeah.
no.
I don't think so. I'm totally warm. It's
Oh, okay. Feel better soon.
thanks.
Okay, we'll see you Tuesday.
Good night.
Okay, so we're all set for this session.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a first for you guys, won't it?
What do you mean?
A bonding ceremony officiated from fifth dimension to a third dimensional couple and watched by baby space.
I don't think you should tell them that there'll probably be about 1,000 people watching.
No,
Talk about butterflies.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your job?
All I can say is festival classified but covert operations.
Spy.
Yes. My name is Tia. Tia Crocker. 003.5.
So who do you spy on, though? I mean,
Again, that's classified. Everybody basically. Everybody. Um,
Everyone is their brother.
Do you collect and assimilate information on the
Yes. mhm. Um, I made a mistake of making a comment the other day.
She made the comment. You want to expound or just to allow that?
I'll expand a little bit that he found it a very condescending movie and very useful in the fact is that that's the way that he wants everybody to behave. Because he thinks that everybody below him thinks that life is like a box of chocolates. Go on, say it. Please, please.
Never know what you can get.
Thank you.
Flag of box of chocolate.
You guys do it so much better than I can. Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got a couple blocks there. You've got, first of all, a female voice working through a male voice.
Yeah, I know.
And secondly, an accent to work over.
He has an accent?
Yes.
Yes.
It's British.
But isn't it... What language do you guys speak?
American. But, well, it's an American dialect.
Yeah, we speak Californian.
California. There's,
There you go.
well, not so.
I'm alright. Oh, okay.
In the north.
Like, gag me with a spoon. Like, get your language straight, girlfriend. That's Valley. We don't talk Valley. We're in the mountains.
That's right.
How can you be a valley girl?
Didn't watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show tomorrow?
No.
Yes.
Oh. Are you sure I'm going to be in it?
I'll try and get a tape relay, but it's really not my cup of tea.
No.
Java. No, I don't drink coffee. Gets stuck in my teeth anyway. Actually, it makes me very hyper, and then I tend to get very dizzy and giggle and can't wear it properly.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you, what's the name of that flower I took that night that you had to escort me around the party?
Oh, you mean the patoulis?
Patoulis, that's it.
That's the English name. The Syrian name, I can't even get my mouth around, and we've never had anything like that on the Rondon. We have a type of psilocybin acingenarian mushroom. Question. When you were in your wet navy, right? On my home planet, we have space navy, right? And to differentiate between space navy and navy that's on water. Well, okay, water navy. What were you in? What did you do? Oh, electronics. So you weren't in military intelligence, which is a contradiction.
Well, I more did what you hear.
Yeah, you ought to sit down and talk with her sometime, Beth. She could probably, between the two of you, come up with something pretty incredible.
There's an unfortunate aspect about it. We've been working on radars, which those are.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not very interested in it. That's why I like music.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could have joined
The Wookiee band.
the 101st Airborne as a paratrooping bass guitar